Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Trendy with Kim Allison. In this episode, it is actually good evening, and we are cheersing this episode
Yes,
because I figured it's after 5. So
it
we're
is.
gonna get into some topics that you guys are Googling that Google can't answer, not in real life. Right? Because Google is just a compilation of a lot of people's opinions, but we're going to give you our takes firsthand because we both work behind the chair. Kym, this is Kym Belle, everybody, my guest. She has been, AKA Tweet. Call her Tweet,
Hey,
not
tweet the
Kim.
stylist.
We're both Kims, but there'll be
Hey,
one Kim right now.
right.
It'll be me.
I'm
She'll be
tweet.
Tweet. Yeah. So I'm going to give you guys a quick reminder in case you didn't see her episode, her solo, where we did her origin story. She's amazing, and I'm just going to let Kim or Tweet, excuse me, tell you a little bit about her.
Okay, well, again, my name is Kim, but everyone knows me here in Tampa. I'm Tampa, Florida. Tweet the stylist. I've been doing hair now. We're licensed for going on, I guess, what's this, 2026? So 20 years, 21 years, something like that. I opened a salon about 5 years ago, Salon Kym Belle. Well, let me see. I ain't gonna say we specialize. We do a lot of different things here at the salon. We specialize in healthy hair, but we do extensions, we do color, we do cuts, some of everything. Basically whatever the stylist knows how to do. We kind of stay in our lanes. Yeah, but yes, I mean, I've been doing this for a little minute, so I kind of only, I know what I know. I came up from the old school stylist, so back in the days, Dudley days, of course, stuff has really changed since influence, Dudley, all of those things that used to be 10, 15 years ago. It's different now. So,
Oh, yes,
yeah.
it is. And you've been in the industry 21 years, me going on, I think this is my 30th year,
Oh my
2026, because I
gosh.
started in 1996. Yeah, 30 years.
Yeah.
So, you guys, of course, we are knowledge in these two bodies, and we're here
Hmm.
to answer some questions. And I've added a new segment at the end of the show. So, stay tuned to the end because I have real clients who call in with their questions, email me, DM me. They don't call, but you know what I'm saying. They come in with their real life questions, and we're going to
Uh-oh.
answer them here
No,
on
you
the
got to be careful. These
episode.
clients is something else now. There's
Ooh,
things that
those
they
clients,
say.
and I have
Ooh.
a mean. I call it mean comments. That I'm going to pull up one when we get into later to that area of
Mhm.
topic of conversation. But we're first going to dive into because you guys are roasting us online about pricing, and
Oh,
I've touched on it from all of December, all of January. So we are going to get this out of the way up front, and we're just going to slide through this one real quick because if you're not over it, I'll be over it for you. Okay?
I'm
The
over
pricing
it. Yeah.
conversation. Oh my gosh.
Right.
So, real quick, we're just going to tell you guys why they're so high, the pricing. Who better than Tweet, who is a salon owner and stylist? You come from both perspectives. I don't own a salon anymore. I owned it in the old era of hair.
Hmm.
But this
Hmm.
new era, the prices have gone up, I would imagine, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So there is now to where I remember when I was in a suite, my suite was probably 200 a week. Now I'm hearing that they're like $400 or $500 a week, but of course they're putting in things that are quote unquote luxury, or and then some people want to be their own boss and be by themselves. So that's the route that they're taking, which is, to me, in my opinion, is, especially if, like, I think we touched on this last episode about pricing and stuff like that and being expensive, was setting them up for failure, right? Unless you're ready for that. But prices has really, really changed in our industry. My clients, I sell extensions hair, right? I sell extensions, and I have an extension line. Well, what people don't see that we have to put up with as far as the back end of it is, I can order your extensions and I'll have your extensions. But now with this tariff thing involved, we paying, I can order some hair, and once I get the hair, I then got to pay United States to give me the hair. And if I don't pay them to give me the hair, I got 5 days to do it, or they're going to ship it back to India.
Are
So
you
it's like,
joking?
no, ma'am, 50%. If I go and I order hair right now and I spend, I don't know, let's just say $1,000, I'm gonna get charged $400 just to get it released.
And who knew that, right? I mean, we know, we hear the rumblings, but who's actually experiencing it? So thank you
Right.
for
And
sharing that with us.
and then there's ways, I'm not, I'm sure there's ways that other stylists are getting their people that they're working with, their vendors and stuff like that, to kind of help them on that back end type thing. But if you're direct with, and you don't have a vendor helping you with that, or, if we're not finding out a way to do it, the hair industry has really changed. Like buying the hair, the products have changed. I used to sit back and see the products go up by 1 cent, 2 cent. Now I'm seeing 10. Now I'm seeing 20. And that was with me working inside of the store as a manager. But now I'm purchasing it, right? So now I'm really paying attention because I paid attention back then. So now the prices is changing. Everything it's got ridiculous. Shampoo. Now you're going in and it's 30 and 40 and $50 for us. So if I'm paying 50, you got to know that the regular style or a regular person is going to pay double the price. Rule of thumb is 3 times the price. So they're definitely going to pay more. And then the next thing too is, a lot of them, I think they get the misconception of, oh, I see these same products in Walgreens. I see these same products in TJ Maxx. I see these same products in Marshalls and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
so she charging me and she using the same products out of there or whatever. So that messes us up. So we're continuously changing our products, doing more education, changing, going and trying to see what we can use that's better for the client instead of using what's out there, at least for myself. I don't want to use nothing that you see on somebody else's shelf all the time, right? So I
Yeah.
try to go find another product that's going to work or what have you. And that goes with spending more money, you know? It's just, it's crazy. It's crazy how much things is cost now. I think a lot of people think that we're just kind of just raising the prices just to be raising the prices for the area. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people out there doing some ridiculous stuff. I'm not gonna lie, you know. But knowing the prices and knowing what's in your area and knowing your whole area and knowing what y'all charge in that area is, what you're supposed to do. Not sit back and just be like, oh, well, I'm gonna, and that's where a lot of stylists mess up. Well, how much you charge for extensions? $1,000. Why? And then they go blank. So you can explain to me why you charge 1,000? Me, I can break it down from the beginning to the end, from the shampoo on how many ounces I use, from the conditioner, from the steps, the time. I'm gonna break it all down because when I tell you a price, I want you to know why I'm saying that price. And I'm not scared to show you, hey, this is what the price used to be. So it's crazy for us out here in this industry now. I think that the biggest thing is that as stylists, we got lost in the sauce. A lot of us, we went to started posting our prices and how much money we make on the internet. So when we started letting the consumer in on what we're charging and what we're doing, they don't see what you do on the back. They only see what you keep saying. Oh, she making this, she making that, she driving a Range Rover, she driving the Benz, she doing this. And all of a sudden now your $1 pays everything. Your money. Not everybody, but just your money, the client. So it's like we started doing this thing where I don't know if it started with COVID or before COVID, but it got worse after COVID. And we're now showing our prices, saying, or the ones that's going out there and teaching classes, come with me and show me, and let me show you how you can make $10,000 in a day. Okay. And, and so it's that now is taken away from the craft, taken away from the understanding of, hey, we work hard behind this chair. I stand on my feet all day. I'm here from 10 to 10. I'm Monday through
Yeah.
Friday, and it sucks because I'm not that person that can go and make $10,000 in 2 hours. I wish I was, but
Mm.
I'm not that person. But they look at it like you're not supposed to be charging that much, or oh, I'm not going to pay all of this or whatever. So it sucks on both ends.
Yeah, you made some very valid points. You have now stylists that pretty much are giving away all of trade secrets.
Mm-hmm.
So your clients, they know all of the terminology. They think
Mm-hmm.
they know the formulation. They think they know
Oh yeah.
lines and
Oh
sectioning
yeah.
for hair cutting. They think they know everything because they have the terminology now, and they are privy because it is public. Any stylist that
Mm-hmm.
is an educator, they are clipping reels of
Mm-hmm.
cutting, coloring, and so any average hair enthusiast watching thinks, "Oh, that looks easy." That's not a big
Mhm.
deal,
Mhm.
that kind of thing. And another valid point you made was us showcasing our wealth, or what our
Mhm.
the money, not wealth. That's a stretch.
I
But,
get what you mean. Yeah.
show
The thing
showcasing our
we have
earnings.
personal, our earnings and what we done
Yeah,
made. Oh, I got this, I bought this, I'm in this, because you know what they say all the time. Hairstylists always got to have either Range Rover or Mercedes. They always got to have that. I'm like,
girl, but
what?
won't have it at retirement because they haven't saved a dime anyway.
Right.
But it's kinda like, NFL or athletes,
Mhm.
it was cool to watch them and cheer them on until they started showing us their
Yeah.
salaries. 'Cause
Mhm.
that wasn't always the case,
No.
So once they started
No.
doing that, you're like, "Oh my god, you spoiled brat. You don't deserve
Mhm.
da blah, 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 blah," and so, yeah, we pretty much broke that fourth wall, and we've
Mhm.
exposed ourselves, and it's come back to bite us in the butt, to some degree. And then you
Right.
have the social media, it's like a marketplace,
Mhm.
especially Instagram now. Instagram, it's all, I mean, can I get through 2 scrolls without an ad or somebody trying to sell me something?
Mm-mm.
It used to
Mm-mm.
be just watching interesting things. Now it's how can I make money? How can I sell you
Mhm.
something? So I'm selling my skills. I'm selling this. I'm selling that, right? And
Mhm.
so, yeah, there's a price to pay behind that, and it definitely is watering down kind of the professional side, if you
Oh
will,
yeah.
of
Oh
our
yeah.
industry. Yeah. All right. So, and this conversation is important. I know it is, like beating a dead horse. And I always say
Yeah.
this, I don't want to defend pricing. I want to educate so that you understand
Right.
pricing, because you know, you don't have to explain. No other product out there has to explain why they charge what
No,
they charge.
no, because they're gonna get in their car, and you're not gonna go in there and ask the gas station why is your prices higher than what it is. You're gonna pay them $4 a gallon, or you just ain't gonna drive your car. They don't care. Nobody's calling the Wawa, 7-Elevens. Nobody's calling
Mhm.
Exxon, Texaco, whatever you have in your states. Nobody's calling none of them and asking them about the gas prices. They just get the gas and they pay for it. Nobody's asking why these eggs are so high. They just buy those eggs and they pay for it. But when it comes to the hair industry, we have to question that service. It's still a service. Or when you
Yeah.
go to the restaurants and you go and eat food, you're not asking. You choose where you want. That's the thing right there. Understanding and choosing. You do have a choice. You have a choice to go to that stylist. If you feel like they're
Right.
too expensive, you have a choice. But if you
Mm.
choose to go to them, please allow them to be that stylist. You gonna go to Ruth Chris or you want to go to Wendy's? Which one
Yeah.
you want to
Yeah,
do?
you have a choice, and now
You
that we
have a
have
choice.
yeah, now that we have these branches, and it is true, like, I said this
Hmm.
in my last episode, we are not all equally yoked. You
Right.
have stylists that just work their butts off to be better, to be the best stylist, and then you have
Hmm.
lazy stylists,
Hmm.
and you have, unfortunately, those same 2 people are charging you the same price. So it
Yes.
kind of counteracts the good with the bad, if you
Yeah.
will. But I know we've got luxury service now, and this word luxury, which I think is overused in a lot of ways. I'm so tired of that word. But you have luxury services now, which is a real thing, and
Yeah,
so
it is.
clients have to understand what goes into that experience as well.
Mhm,
If you want the wine, if you want the water, if you want good
mhm,
service, if you want quality products, if you want all of these
mhm.
things, they're not free to us.
No.
So you don't go to a high-end restaurant, right? And
Mhm,
they're serving you um agua, what
mhm.
is the one water
Oh,
with the
Aquafina.
E? Yeah,
Oh,
Aquafina, the high-end water in the bottle,
uh-huh.
right? I can't even think of it right now, but it's probably all the same water. That's the
Mhm.
cool part. But anyway, you know what I mean?
But guess what? Your expectations is to get what they bring out to you. I mean, you don't
Ex
know what's behind the scene. You don't. But you
Yeah,
pay
you
for
assume
what you're
that steak
servicing.
is quality. You
Mhm,
assume based on the flavors and the quality of
mhm.
the ingredients, but yeah, I mean, it's a real
Which makes
thing. And
back to what you were saying.
mhm.
Why is it a question now? Because like you just said, you don't know if that steak is quality, right? But you come in the hair salon and you can see the products. You can see
Yeah.
this. You can see the stylist. You can see the shears. You can see the combs. You can see the
Mhm.
the massage. You can feel the massages. You got the eye patches. You got the wine. You got the snap. You see all of this with your eyes, but you still question it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah,
And that's the
because
crazy part.
and I always go back to our what our job is to begin with. It's not a
Right.
well-respected career. It just is not. I
Not.
can't even tell
Not.
you how many stylists come on this podcast and say, "Oh my god, my parents were so disappointed when I told them I wanted to be a hairdresser." You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I had to
Mm-hmm.
prove to them that I can make six figures like any other corporate
Yeah.
job,
Right.
but oh, they were so disappointed, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so people come in with that mindset like, you're not supposed to drive a nicer car than me. You're not
Right.
supposed to live well.
'Cause you're
Like,
just a
you're
hairstylist.
just a hairdresser. Like, who do you
Mm-hmm.
think you are? And I'm not gonna
Mm-hmm.
buy your next vacation. I'm not gonna pay for those
Mm-hmm.
shoes. I'm not gonna Okay, then
Mm-hmm.
don't pay us. That's fine. And I
Mm-hmm.
hope you can find someone else who puts as much love into your hair as I do. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? At the end of the day. Yeah. So yeah, that conversation honestly is one that probably in like
We'll never
this
win that
country,
though.
it
We'll
will
never
just
win that.
stay divided and never
Yeah.
ever come to a meeting of the minds, right?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Never. I don't
So
think that one.
oh God, they will forever. But the ones I will say, that is not every client. Most clients,
No.
they wish you well. They wanna pour into your success. They want you
Yes.
to go to the hair show. They want you to go on vacation. They want those things for you. When you
Mm-hmm.
build your
Mm-hmm.
tribe, like your real ones, right?
Oh yeah.
They cannot wait to hear what you did over the weekend, about your new anything. "Oh, you went
Mm-hmm.
shopping? What did you buy? Tell me what is in style." Because that's the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
We're fashionistas too. They come to us
Oh
for
yeah.
image, and they wanna
Mm-hmm.
know that you are trendy, you're current. They like that vibe,
Mm-hmm.
but clients, that costs money too, when we have to
Right.
go buy
Right.
stuff.
Buy
You know
all
what I
these
mean?
clothes.
Yeah,
We got to dress up for you. We dressing up for you. We're doing all this for you. Because at the end of the
100%.
day, too, if I come in here and I don't do my hair and I don't dress up, you don't even want to sit in my chair. Your expectations is for me to look up to par. Like you expect me to look like this. So it's like catch 22. I'm not supposed to spend money and look good because then now, wait, I ain't trying to buy her stuff. I ain't trying to do this and that. But then if I look trashy or I look a mess, oh no, I ain't sitting in her chair. She don't even do her own hair. How's she gonna do mine? Look what she
That
had on.
That
you know?
yeah,
So
like,
it's like,
she's not current, she's not trend, she
right.
doesn't know what
Yeah.
the newest anything is,
Hmm.
right?
Or when they turn around and say, oh, I say, well, what made you switch to me? You've been going to your stylist for 20 years. Why? I mean, she's not, she's kind of old school. She's kind of like, she's still kind of living back in the day. And that's your reason for leaving her? Because she's old school? Okay.
Yes.
So I was like, clean up.
Well, clients too, they're fair weather fans, boy. If they
Oh,
see
yeah.
something newer and shinier, some of them, your loyals are
Mm-hmm.
always gonna be your loyals, but some of
Oh, yeah.
them, they just be hopping from chair to chair to
Chair to
chair to
chair.
chair to chair.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, "Well, girl, you go ahead and do that, and we're gonna leave this conversation at that, and we're gonna leave with this mantra. I don't care who's not in my chair. I cater to the ones who are. So God bless the ones who aren't. That's
Right.
where I'm at.
That's it.
All
Mm-hmm.
right, Tweet, let's move on. All righty. So we want to talk about hair health because that's another thing clients really are researching and Googling. Everybody wants healthy hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we've been in extensions, we've been in wigs, we've been in all these things and high contrast colors and blondes and what have you. And healthy
Mm-hmm.
hair now is pretty much trumping. I don't even want to say trumping. Why did I even use that word? Healthy hair is now the king, right? Healthy hair
Listen,
is
I had to drink to
king.
you.
Yes, I'm like, oh Lord, I was going down a rabbit hole. I'm like, stop, stop, stop. They don't. I mean, people. Healthy hair is in the forefront. Let's just say
It
that.
is. It
One of the
is.
questions people are asking is oil good for dry scalp? Because I get those questions all the time. You know, sometimes it's weather, sometimes
Mm-hmm.
it's change of season, sometimes it's an allergy that you don't know you
Mm-hmm.
have, et cetera, et cetera. Or you're using products that could be drying your hair out. Maybe you are
Right.
using alcohol-based products and you just don't know that they're seeping into your scalp. There's a myriad of reasons
Mm-hmm.
why, but clients now, oil is back in the building, right? So we had gotten rid of oil like Blue Magic, you know, the heavy, thick
The
petroleum
grease.
type. Yeah, grease. Yes.
The grease.
Grease. And even they're calling it
The
grease. It ain't
blue
even
magic.
oil. Yeah. Blue
Yeah.
Magic. So
I don't know.
is oil good for dry scalp? Because I get that questions. Clients are like, should I oil my scalp? Because I used to do that when I was
Uh,
little. I'm like, I did too. But
I think we all
what do
do.
you
I think
think?
we all some kind of. So first off, we already have oils in our scalp, right? So basically, our natural oils, right? So, and there's so many different types of oils out there. Is oil good for the scalp? It all depends. It's a yes and no answer. It's a preference answer, right? I think the root of that question really is why is your scalp dry? Like
Right.
oil is well, first and foremost, oil ain't gonna stop your hair from being scalp from being dry. That ain't
Nope.
what it's gonna do. It's not gonna do that. The root of it is why is it dry? Is it dehydrated? Um,
Hmm.
is it not clean? Is it do you have dandruff? Do you have dry scalp? Any of those things, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, are those some things that you're dealing with that might make it seem like, okay, I need some oil on my hair? Normally, the oils that you do put on your hair, you want to try to do oils that mimic your natural oils, right? If you're going to use any oils, right? But the biggest problem is not tackling the oil part, but tackling from the beginning with the shampoos, the conditioners, and trying to hydrate that hair back again. Because it might not be, is your scalp really dry? What have you done outside of thinking that you're supposed to put oil on the scalp? And the oils so now you got all this oil in there, you done clogged up everything. Nothing's getting through. It's because it's going to sit on top of the hair. It's
Hmm.
shiny. It's gonna look like it's something. It's gonna be like, oh yeah, I got oil on it. It ain't dry no more. Yeah, it's not dry right there because it's sitting on top of it. So all you did was cake it on top of it. It didn't do nothing for it. It ain't going down in there. No, it's just sitting there. And it's like, hey. And for me, I tell my clients all the time, like, you know, all this oil, I get it. You can do that, but that's still your choice. I prefer you to be, if you're consistent with coming in and getting your shampoos and conditioning, if you're consistent with making sure, because that's really drinking a lot of water,
Hmm.
things like that, making sure you have the right products that don't have a lot of alcohol in it, or sulfate
Yep.
free type products and things like that. Those are the things that tackles that hair for oil, not I'm gonna put some oil in my hair because that's what's going. And oil dang sure ain't growing it.
You know,
Or grease, whatever you want to call it.
truth be told, and I always give this analogy to my clients, like, think about the difference between, because there's a difference between oily and hydrated, right? Those are
Right.
two different things. So I always give them this example. If you took your skin and you
Mm-hmm.
put baby oil on it, okay, put that on one arm, the other arm put lotion on it, which is going to feel
Mm-hmm.
more hydrated? The baby
Mm-hmm.
oil side or
Or the
the
lotion.
lotion side? The lotion side will. The baby
Mm-hmm.
oil, you're going to be shiny on
Yeah, it's
top.
gonna be all
It's
shiny.
going to be
Mm-hmm.
slippery and shiny, but
Mm-hmm.
does it absorb the way that lotion
Mm-mm.
does into your skin? Absolutely not.
Mm-mm. It's
So,
not, because it's not. It's just gonna it all traps. Especially if you're talking about, oh, my scalp is itchy, it's dry, I have a buildup on it. Well, now you're trapping the buildup. You're just suffocating everything, just trapping it in there and let it sit there. Now you're making the problem even worse than what it was. So
yeah.
a lot of people the whole misconception of just saying, let me oil my scalp to do what? To do it's not doing
To
any.
clog
It's
your
not doing
pores,
anything.
you can
Yeah.
clog your pores, and some people think that that grease, because back Blue Magic, that made my hair
Right.
grow. No, it did not. The health
Mm-mm.
of your scalp made your hair
Made your
grow.
hair grow.
There is
Yeah,
nothing in Blue Magic
that
that
made your hair
is
grow.
nourishing.
And
It
the problem that they're not looking at with that? Back in the day when we used to grease our scalps. Well, how old were you? So you
Yeah,
didn't deal
like
with the
5.
hormones. You didn't deal with
Yep.
having babies. You didn't deal with thyroids. You didn't deal with I don't know any kind of issues that you have as you get older. You didn't deal with those back then.
Well,
You
you
could have
hadn't even
shaved your
gone
whole head
through
back. Right.
puberty.
So
Y so the
this is pure
puberty
scalp. This is good scalp.
yeah, this is you got your baby hair.
Right.
So
This is good
and
scalp
and
here. This is
and we all used grease. Let me tell you,
right.
we all
We all
did,
did. Of
and some
course.
of us had hair down to our butt, which we would have regardless
Mhm.
if we had used the grease, and some of us, it
Mhm.
couldn't grow past here because that
Mhm.
is your hair's growth cycle. You
Yes.
either can grow hair down to your butt or you cannot. Some people stop here, some people stop here, right? So,
Listen,
it's a myth.
never. I'm biracial, but my hair, all I did was put water in my hair. I never used grease, and my hair was out of
Because
my.
your
My
genes,
parents
it's
ain't
genetics.
like
When you have
really.
long hair is genetics probably 9 times out of 10. Somebody who as a child, okay, I
Mhm.
say that's your longest growth potential. Whatever
Right.
however long your hair was able to get when you were in grade school, before
That's
you
it.
got a hold of it and your mom was still taking care of it, that is your growth cycle. We have these phases of growth, the anagen phase, the catagen phase, and the third one, which I can't say without tripping over my tongue, so I'm not going to say it. But for those who know, it starts with an E. Anyway, the first
Look, I was
phase,
gonna try.
yeah, oh goodness, anagen, nope, etigen,
Edit. Edit.
effluvium etigen is when you go into
Editing.
that shedding cycle, but that first
Mhm.
phase, your hair has 2 to 6 years, everybody, that it can grow. Some people, it's before it kicks into that resting phase. Some
Mhm.
people, the growth cycle is only up to 2 years, saying if you never cut your hair at all, 2 years, your hair would continually grow, okay?
Yeah.
Some people can go 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. Those that have it down to their butt, their hair can just keep growing
Keep
for
going.
years until it kicks into that phase. So there
Mhm.
is no blue magic in the world, child, that's
Blue,
gonna
green,
change
or
that.
yellow.
Okay? You know what still surprises me? How many stylists tell me they've never heard of Virtue Lab products. I found Virtue back in 2017 at a hair show, and I've been hooked ever since. I use it on myself, like this beautiful flourish right here. It's their hair thinning line. There's a full system. There's a shampoo, there's a conditioner, there's a density booster, one that's drug free, and the other one that has minoxidil in it, which is amazing, you guys. If you haven't tried these products, please do. And it's one of the lines I actually stand behind as a professional. Here's why it's different. Virtue is the only hair care line in the world that uses human derived keratin called alpha keratin 60Ku. Because it's human derived, your body recognizes it as its own and actually accepts it. We all want products that truly heal and repair hair, right? Not just make it shiny for a day. Virtue does that. It literally fills in the cracks in the damaged areas, strand by strand. So, you guys, trust me, you'll see results after one use, but after 5 washes, honey bunny, the hair will feel like a completely different head of hair. Soft, strong, and actually healthy. So if you're ready to stop masking damage and start repairing it, I know you're ready. Shop Virtue through my link today in the description. Support the show, support your hair. You'll thank me later. Bye. I was gonna put up this. I think I am gonna be a little shady right now. I'm gonna put up this comment because I was in the comment section, and my
Mhm.
girlfriend, she knows me, so she'll forgive me. But where I need to throw shade, I need to throw shade because on her page they were talking about they're in the curly hair community, and people are using oils and butters again, whatever, and grease. So the comment was grease, when used properly, is amazing for length retention. Nobody's sitting in these stylist chairs and they're crashing out.
Hmm.
Who is nobody? Because I can think of about 300 somebodies that keep
So
me
it's
booked for 2 months in advance.
yeah, cause yeah, I'm booked out in 60 days. So yeah, I don't know who nobody's is.
Yeah.
Is. I'm booked out. So that one for us.
Yeah, I'm like,
No,
I
no
guess that's
shade.
for
No,
somebody
I
else.
ain't. It is what it is. It wasn't
I
for
guess
me.
that's for somebody else. I mean,
Yeah, it's for
who's are
somebody else.
okay, is there a stylist watching? Are you crashing out? I mean,
Okay.
I wanna be a part of this narrative, this conversation, like, who's crashing
So,
out? I wanna know. Okay,
so
and
she's
I
saying the
digress.
grease is the
She
retaining the length. Is she saying
Yeah,
that
she
the
said it's amazing for length retention. Yeah, let's unpack
oh
that. I would like for her to tell me, since it doesn't sound like she's a hairstylist, but she's confident in what she's talking about
hmm,
because she called us out. We're crashing out, right? So she gave us
oh,
permission to at least respond. Please tell me how grease retains
yeah,
length
no.
retention.
I
It
never heard that
retains
one.
length. How? By do you think
Really?
that it doesn't break off because it's
I was trying
oiled?
to see if my Milady's books was in here,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm nah, I ain't never heard that. Never heard that one. I don't know. I ain't never heard that one right there because I don't know. I never heard that one. You
Well, if you're
made my
watching if you're
countryside come out. I
watching
ain't heard that one.
me either. I'm like, if you're watching, sis, we're all ears, with no shade, just
Oh
wanna
yeah, no,
know.
no,
I would like to
yeah,
know if there's something that I missed in my 30 years, but I don't know that one.
yeah, no.
Alrighty, so we have debunked the myth of oil, I believe. All right, so how often should we shampoo? Like for real, for real. That's what they're asking. Because sometimes people say shampoo as needed. Some people say no, 2 weeks. Some people it's 1 week. Some people it's every 3 days. What are your thoughts, Tweet?
So I think that, I tell the clients all the time. The clients think this, they don't like to do their hair, especially if they natural, because they know that silk press is done once they wet it. I have clients that have silk presses. They're natural. They come in every 2 weeks to get a silk shampoo, condition, and things of nature. I have some that are, again, they want to be here every week. They want to shampoo their hair every week because they know that their hair, their scalp could produce oils to make the hair heavy, right? So then now their hair
Mhm.
is limp. So they're just like, I need to cleanse it out. I need to get a shampoo. So it really depends on the person. I personally think that a person should shampoo their hair, especially with this dry weather here in Florida. You need to be once a week shampooing your hair. If not, if you can't do once, at least twice,
Mhm.
but no longer than that. You know what I'm saying? And that all depends on, again, the style, because I get it. You're not wanting to shampoo your hair every week if you got a sew in or protective style or extensions or whatever. So I get that. But if you know your hair is free and out and you're dealing with everything that's in the air, you're dealing with the sun, you're
Mhm.
dealing with scalp, you're dealing with all these things. You're working out, because you're sweating in your head at night.
Yeah.
Your scalp produces heat at nighttime. So it's going to, that's why they used to be grease in their scalp, and you wake up and that head stuck to the pillow because you produce so much heat. you produce so much heat from your scalp, at nighttime. So I get it. All of those things play a part. So that's why you should want to keep that scalp skin. The cleaner the scalp, the healthier the hair. That's point blank period. And so if you know that you have these issues and these things going on, that's the frequency of your shampooing. Not necessarily I can't tell you, hey, you need to be shampooing your hair once a week, twice a week, 4 times. I can't tell you that. What I need you to do is understand your hair first, understanding what it is and if you're going for healthy hair, if what are you trying to do? Because that determines it. I personally shampoo my hair every Sunday. I make that part of my routine. I shampoo my
Yeah.
hair just because I've either put product on my hair, it's dirty, I've had on a hat, I'm working out, whatever it may be. And I have fine hair. I have hair, but I have fine hair. And so once I put something on it, it's going to weigh it down. After a while of wrapping it in oil sheen, or excuse me, not oil sheen, Lord Jesus, that's my age. Um, shine sprays and stuff like that.
Yes.
Shine sprays and stuff like that. I put on my hair, on my hands. And then sometimes I even catch myself if I'm doing a client and I might put too much oil in my hand. I don't want to throw my oil out, so I might do like this. Put it on
Oh,
my
yeah.
own
Oh,
hair.
yeah. Don't
Because I
we?
don't want to waste it. So I'll be like, oh, that's too much for her hair. Hold on. Let me get
You
some
know
oil off
what?
my
Do it
hand.
all the time. Do it all the time.
So
It
yeah,
is
so I
it
just
is
think that that's definitely what the shampoos. At the end of the day, knowing, understanding your scalp and knowing what you need to do is, if you're wearing color, those things play a part. Using the right shampoos too, but definitely focusing on the scalp. You focus on the scalp, you get the scalp down pat, you get your hair down pat.
Yeah, and for clients, I wouldn't worry about underwashing, overwashing because as she
Yeah.
said, and I agree with her, clean scalp is healthy hair. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever that looks like for you, because if you're somebody that doesn't work out at all, well, you'll probably, your scalp probably stays clean longer, for
Right.
example.
Exactly.
But if you're somebody who's in menopause, then you could be equivalent to
Right.
someone who's working out. I mean, it just depends
Mm-hmm.
on where you are in your hair journey in your life, hormonally, all of those good things. So yeah, I agree 100% with you on that one. All right. So, do protective styles actually protect? Tweet, because I do extensions, you do extensions. I don't do them probably as often as you do. I do a few sew-ins here and there. I find it depends on the health of the person's hair and how
Mm-hmm.
well they take care of their hair when it's in the protective style. That's what I would say. What are your thoughts?
So with protective styles, what I call it is protective styles. They protect you, the client. It protects you from the hair. That's what I call sew-ins. When they say you're getting a sew-in, so you're putting this in to protect you from your own hair. That's pretty much what it is. Because at this point, you know, that's really
That
what it
is
is.
so true. Oh my
That's really
god,
what it
I
is.
love that.
You're putting in the sew-in. I'm protecting you from your own hair. I'm helping you help you. Depending
Yes.
on what it is that you're doing and what it is you're going. The protective styles are, and there's really only one, which would be sew-ins, which would be braiding the hair and putting the hair away so you're not quote unquote touching it, manipulating the scalp, doing anything for it,
Mhm.
or what have you. Do they protect? They stop you from doing too much to it, right? So it gives you a
Mhm.
break from doing heat. It gives you a break
Yes.
from doing a lot of things to your hair that you probably would do.
Mhm.
Maybe maybe you want some length, but you don't retain length. Your hair is short, so you want to put a protective style in to get you some length, or you might be going on a trip or something like that. The problem with the protective styles is the reason when it turns into non-protected, or however it call you, when it stops protecting you from you, is
Yes.
when they decide to keep it in too long. We're not
Mhm.
shampooing our hair. We thinking that our hair is underneath it, so out of sight, out of mind. You go buy a used car, it works when it's cute on the outside, but you ain't lift up the hood. So now that we can't see what's underneath the hood, they don't care. So now I'm no longer protecting you from you. you you at this point is damaging yourself. So
Now it's
it's
neglect.
yeah, at this point, and at that point, you don't care. So now it's no longer a protective style because you didn't follow your stylist directions. And I'm sure hopefully the stylist would tell them, this is how long I want you to wear this. This is what you're going to wear this for. This is your texture. Because a lot of times you might have fine hair. Fine hair don't need all that weight from the pulling or the braiding a lot. You got to learn when to take the breaks too. You can't be just like, okay, this is convenient for me. I got to keep putting these sew-ins in because I don't have to do my hair. Don't let I don't have to do my hair be the reason why you wear these extensions. Let it be, I'm wearing these extensions for the time frame so that I can start converting back to, okay, I want to go back to my hair. Eventually I want to go back to dealing with my hair. I'm just doing this for a minute just to take a break off of my hair, but this is not what I want to continue to do. I want to make it a goal to get back to me.
When you are a lifelong extension wearer, that
Mm-hmm.
does not serve you later on in life because when your hair now has become so fragile and weak
Mm-hmm.
from being braided that tension for so many years,
Oh
you
yeah.
no longer have enough hair to even braid to sew hair onto,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
so you have no edges. You're probably balding up here on the
Mm-hmm.
top in the
Mm-hmm.
crown.
Because it's tension, that tension, and pulling it.
It's the tension, and then
Mm-hmm.
you have all this length and bald spots in between. That's how you end
Mm-hmm.
up older when you do
Mm-hmm.
that. And so then
That
you
transfer
graduate to
alopecia.
wigs. Yeah, you graduate to wigs. You don't wanna pay the money. You're frustrated because your hair is a mess underneath, and you never wanna wear extensions or weaves or anything by misfortune. You always want it to be a choice. which means
So
you
that
got to
goes
take it
back to
out.
you. That goes back to your first thing, your first question. Why the prices like they are? Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yes. Yes.
That's why.
You hear that?
That's
You
why.
hear that?
Because you see how we go through all of that, and then you come to me and say, "Save me," and I'm looking at you like you don't want to be saved.
You don't want to be saved.
You don't want to be
Yeah.
saved.
So clients, if you're listening and you took anything away from what we said, there is a proper wear time, and that is
hmm
typically 8 weeks, in my
hmm
opinion,
hmm
average. Yeah,
Average
8
8 weeks.
weeks, and you've gotta consider the maintenance of your scalp. You
hmm
gotta get to your scalp. You can't just let those
hmm
braids sit on top, and then you take out the extensions, and it's caked with
hmm
dandruff and, what do they call that, that dermatitis,
Oh yeah. So,
uh,
I was about to say psoriasis, Lord.
cerebic ce cerebic?
I can't dermatize. Yeah, that is the
I
name
mean,
of the.
we are
It's
professionals, but,
rectified. It's rectified.
we're not psychologists.
I'm not a
We don't know the
trichologist at
lingo.
all. I'm not. I'm not. I know what it looked like.
I know. You know what it looks like too, clients, that yellow cakey
Right.
stuff that you walk
That
in
just
with that
sits
mess
on there.
on your scalp. Yeah. And then you don't want it to become like a disruptor. You want
Mhm.
always, again, like I said, to wear it by choice, not because you
Mhm.
have to. And that texture and scalp consideration, you have got to wear, as Tweet said, match the density of your real hair, your natural hair, to your extension hair. Don't have heavy extension hair with your fine
No,
hair struggling to hold it up.
struggling to hold it. Yep. Yep.
All right. It is game time, Tweet. All righty.
Uh-oh. Let's do
So
it. Hold
I
on.
don't
Let's
have a
do
big buzz
it.
yet. I have a little I mean I have a feel good. I feel good. So
Okay.
we're gonna do a little role play, and I'm gonna be a character. Her name is Tiffany. Okay. I'm gonna be
Okay.
Tiffany. I'm coming in with I'm nervous, energy, embarrassed, and I'm hiding this big disaster. Alrighty? So
Okay.
you have to consult with me without telling me no. Okay? Are you ready?
Consult with you without telling you no.
Without telling me no. I'm gonna give you
Well,
my scenario and you
Kim might
can't
tell
tell me
people no.
no.
Kim might tell
How would
people
you
no
handle
all
this?
day.
Okay.
That this.
Okay. I'm Tiffany. Let me get into character. Okay. I'm nervous on all these things. Okay. So I
Okay.
say, Tweet, please don't laugh. But I had a glass of wine and a box of Midnight Raven dye last night. And then I thought I could give myself curtain bangs and I used my kitchen shears. I have my 10-year Tweet. You know this. We've been talking about this. I have my 10-year high school reunion tomorrow. Can you fix it?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So let me get this straight. So you decided to cut your bangs,
Yes, I did.
um, curtain bangs.
Yes. But I messed them up. See, they're all
Eh,
crooked and uneven, and one is like on the side.
Okay, and so yeah.
And
Well, first,
I don't have your tools, but it was an emergency. I had dinner and I don't know. My gray was showing. I just wanted to give myself a look for the night, but I know you fix it. You always do.
well, see, that's part of the problem, right? Because I'm always fixing it. But okay, um, no, no, well, no, no. Depending if these bangs is all like here and wrist and all that, there's nothing we can do today for these bangs. We're gonna have to try to figure something out with another different style because the way this is, we got, sweetie, why did you do this? This
Well,
is
because I have my 10-year reunion tomorrow. And I thought at first, even, I was like, well, maybe I'm saving money. Maybe I can do this myself. I just thought, because you told me I couldn't have bangs. And I thought, because I watch TikTok and it looks so
So
easy.
you see what happens watching TikTok and Googling and being a YouTube stylist. So now you want me to fix it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what I'll do is I will try to do something. I can't promise you that we'll fix it, but I'll try to even it out and kind of flow with it. But yeah, I don't know. We got to see what we can do with this once we get you shampooed and blowed out and see how much see what we can do. Cause no. I don't know. No, I don't.
So
No,
you told me no. So no, you can't fix
yeah,
me.
no, no. What I'm, yeah, no, no. You know what? I don't even, Tiffany. Mm-mm, I can't do this. No, no, we're not gonna be able to
So
do this.
you would tell Tiffany there's nothing I could do.
No, I don't want to
Your
go. We're gonna
curtain
have to let this
bangs,
grow out.
there's
Yeah,
no, you wouldn't talk her into
because there's a
baby bangs, shorter bangs,
no, no,
nothing you could
because
do.
I already know that you don't like. Obviously you want curtain bangs because it goes to flow with your layers. Most, you know. So at this point, I'm not gonna take you up here because you're not gonna like it. You don't like what you have now. So why would I go shorter with you? So because I don't go shorter, we gotta let this grow out. Let's just go ahead and maybe do a side part, flip it over to the side, take that length and put over it so nobody sees that mistake. Or let's figure out some other look. Let's look through some pictures.
I love
That's all I'm
that. You
trying to
didn't
do.
tell me no. You told me I could, you gave me hope. That's
Yeah,
all.
we're gonna do
Yes, you did.
everything
You gave me hope.
but
But you like, girl, bye. Don't come in here like that.
yeah, I'm
Okay.
mad at
So
you.
here, this one has a little attitude. Okay. Her name is Amber. All right. She's skeptical because she's been everywhere and she doesn't trust anybody, right, to do her hair, all the things. She's protective of her edges, and she's a little confrontational. We know that client. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. I really want the hair I see on your Instagram. Your Instagram is fire. But my cousin told me that extensions are a scam and they're going to rip my hair out at the root. And
Mhm.
my edges already are thin from everybody I've ever been to because nobody can do my hair right. So, Tweet, convince me why I should trust you with my edges because I don't want to go bald. I'm terrified.
Well, shout out to your cousin. Does she do hair? So, and you know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say your cousin might be right. You know why I'm telling you your cousin might be right? Because extensions can do all of that. They can do all of that if they're improperly put in, improperly used, improperly styled. And if you ain't getting the proper information and terminologies and education on the extensions, you're absolutely right. They can rip off anything in your head, on your head, off your head, whatever it may be. So no, your cousin is right. She's definitely right. Now, I've never done your hair. Obviously, it's something about me that made you come to me. But and I appreciate that. So obviously you trust me a little bit. So with that being said, we can go ahead and we can try it out. Let's try something simple. We're not gonna go a lot, but we'll try something simple. Now, as far as your edges go, I'm not a person. I don't work on edges, so I don't want to touch your edges. I don't want to do. I see right now that's your soft area. You don't like you're scared of the edges. So let's stay away from the edges. Let's stay away from the edges. And then tell me more about the extension methods that you think that you want to get. Matter of fact, show me some of these pictures that you say that you want. I love pictures. I love examples. Show me what you get, and I can tell you what you can't get.
I think you did that.
I thought
Yeah,
I did.
you gave me
Because at
hope.
that point, I was
Yeah.
in there like, oh, tell your little cousin.
Well, let me tell you about your cousin, first of
Right.
all.
I bet she got extensions in her head, don't she?
Why you playing,
Why are you
right?
playing? She better not have no. Your cousin better not have no extensions in her hair. She got a pixie.
Oh my gosh, yes, and we've all had that client, haven't we? Oh,
Oh yes,
man,
that one
where,
that and they all come in the chair. They don't trust you. They trust you enough to come to you. But honestly, it's all about you building the trust with the client. That's the biggest thing. Being more personal with them. Don't you ain't got to be so strict to the book, but relating to them, understanding them. Sitting back and talking to them. Let them talk to you. Let them tell you their story, and then when you let them talk, you know how to come back and you know what to say because now you know what they need and what they're scared of. So why are you scared? Your edges? Okay, so we're talking about the edges or we're talking about the extensions because the extensions don't go on the edges. I don't do wigs, so we're not doing no extensions on the edges. So we got that already out of the way. Now let's go into why you think that extension is going to hurt your hair or damage your scalp or whatever. What extension method are you talking about? Because I do 7 different kinds. So which one would you like? So now we're getting into a whole full consultation of really getting down to, and then I'm gonna start asking you about your lifestyle. So let's talk about your lifestyle. What do you do? I might tell you that extensions ain't gonna work for you. And no, we're not doing that today. We're gonna go over here and get a silk press, get you an old trim, and see you in about 3 months, and we'll talk again about extensions. But right now, we're gonna rotate these shampoos and conditioners. because you just might not be the candidate. You just might not be in the candidate. And it's going to be
I
a
mean,
long consultation because you already done came in here complaining. So I know I got to cross my T's and dot my I's.
oh, yeah, and that I'd say you handled that well, right? She can't be mad
Thank
at you
you.
for that, and
Right.
she's just a skeptic, but she a lot of clients are like that, they're
Right. They like
skeptical,
that.
but
Yeah.
they also came to you based on what they saw on your page, which
Hmm.
is your work. So
Right.
they
That's why
know you're capable.
you can't be mad. You can't get offended when they come in there asking you all those questions and looking at you like, well, do you really know what you're doing? Well, baby, I'm sorry. You came to me. I didn't come to you. So obviously, you like something, and it's okay. You're supposed to take them from that 10 and bring them on down. That's all. Just got to find your way to bring them on down. Now you stay at that 10. I'm gonna tell you that, hey, sweetie, I'm probably not the stylist for you
Mhm.
at this time. I wish you nothing but the best.
Ooh, and that's like a burn. They don't because they know they done been to everybody else and got kicked out of everybody else's
Hmm.
chair. So
Right.
yeah. Mhm. No, I think you handled that well. I would have done probably exactly that same thing. So,
Hmm.
yes, absolutely. Okay, Tweet, we're gonna end this with real
Okay.
clients. See, I was a
Okay.
fake client, but now I got
Uh
real
oh.
people and real
Oh
questions.
Lord.
So I try to do 2 per episode. So this one comes from Sean, and Sean
Okay.
says, "What's the difference between thick fine hair and thick normal hair?" I know what she means.
Thick fine hair and thick normal hair. Well.
Well, what she means by that is, because she's one of my clients, what she means by that, and I explain to them all of the time, like, you have thick fine hair, Tweet.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
have
Mm-hmm. I
fine
have thick
hair,
fine hair.
but you have a lot of it.
Lot
So
of it, right.
that is the difference because they talk to their friends, they talk to their family, and everybody's
Mm-hmm.
comparing. Well, my stylist said I couldn't do this because my da 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 da, but my stylist did it. Da 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 da. Well,
Mm-hmm.
different hair texture and types.
Right. Definitely, definitely. I have thick
Mhm.
fine hair. My hair is fine, but it's still thick fine hair. It's there now. It's some thick hair. I'm not there. That's not my density. It's not.
Yeah, and that I guess to answer her question, that's the difference. You
Yeah.
know, there's fine, medium,
Mm-hmm.
coarse.
Of
Is
course.
there a
Yeah.
fourth one?
Mm-mm.
Kinky.
Yeah. Fine, medium, coarse.
Kinky and
That's all
coarse. Okay,
That's
fine,
all
medium, and coarse.
all my ladies ever said was fine, medium, course.
Yeah, fine, medium, and coarse.
Kinky
So
came after
fine
COVID.
there you go. That's some BLM stuff. I don't know. But fine hair and a lot of it, 3 different densities. That's the word I was looking
Yeah.
for. Mhm.
And
Alrighty.
normally the textures are different. Like they're really when it's fine, it's a little more of a wavy texture. When it's really thick and coarse, it's a little tighter.
And some people,
Normally.
they try to self-diagnose, which is where I'm sure this question is coming from because they don't know, "Is my hair porous? Is my hair thick? Is it fine? Is it coarse? Is it" they really don't
Yeah.
know. So,
Mm-mm.
that's one thing to look for. Alright, so why do curly cut stylists not necessarily know how to cut all textures of curls?
Why do curl ooh, now see I'm not a curly
That's a
cut girl.
tough one.
Yeah, so why do
Why
curly
do
cut
curly cut
stylists
stylists not necessarily know how to cut all textures of curls?
I think what that is, and I'm just throwing it out there just off of being a stylist, not a curly girl stylist, but just a stylist. I think that's more so of like cutting thick and fine hair. It's two different ones. Like I can't go in the same way that I'm cutting something thick with and fine hair the same way with the shears. So maybe that person trained on curls that are more, not as thick as the other ones, or maybe they're a little looser, whatever the case may be. So maybe that pattern is what they kind of been trained on. Because again, a person can come in and they can be like, okay, so it's thin here at the bottom. I'm not going to go in straight across because now I'm taking off everything and I'm taking off. They're not having anything, right? Where I might go
Mhm.
thick and go straight across and it's still nice and full, but when you're cutting a bob or whatever the case may be. So I'm going to go out on a limb for the curly girls that do cut to say that maybe that question is based off of the thickness of the curls or the type of curls, just because not all curls are the same and not what I would say is wavy. I have clients that tell me, "No, girl, my hair is curly. You don't see how curly this is? No, that's waves." Or I
Mhm.
have some that are like, "Oh my gosh, my hair is so curly." No, that's not curly. That's real tight. There ain't no curl there. No. So it all depends. I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna
You're
give them the
stupid.
benefit of that. I had to find a way to say that. I was trying to
But
find a way to
facts,
say that.
facts.
Mhm.
No, I
So
know what
yeah,
you're saying. And I think too, it's familiarity with different textures of curl
yeah, that's
because you have all the letters. That was beyond my generation, but good on
yeah.
you, Oprah stylist Andre, for coming up with that because at least it gave like a playground of curls
Mhm,
to
mhm.
identify what is what. But if you have curly cut specialists that work primarily on 4C hair or hair that has really high density, then yeah, it's like trimming a bush or
Mhm.
it just stays in place and you just do around it
Right.
and it just stays, you don't have
It
to
just stays
hold
there.
anything, pull any sectioning, line
No
sections,
movement.
nothing. But if the
Mhm.
hair is more pliable, if the hair is looser, finer, what have you, yes, it requires lines and sectioning. So
Mhm.
if you
Mhm.
don't know lines and sectioning, that will set you apart from someone who only does hair that 4C texture that stays in
Right.
place where they can cut without lines and sectioning, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, that makes plenty sense. I think I
Yeah.
think I think you I think you just hit it on the nail for your next segment there, girl. Curly girl.
Yes.
Get them on
Yes.
here.
Yes. We need a curly girl. We need a
We need a
panel.
curly girl.
We
Yeah.
need
Yeah,
we
you
need
need
a
a panel of curly
panel
girl
of
because
where
the way this curly girl thing has exploded in the last few years, it's amazing to me. I don't know how to speak their language. I stay in my lane. I refer people out to other curly stylists because it's not my lane. Knowing that with them curly girls, they got to know the right products. They got to know, shampoo might go not go with conditioner. Leave-in might not go with a condition. All of that, I can't do all that. Not you
and
talk
they're
about our
really
money. Oh
I
my
know.
gosh.
They
Oh
make
my
like
gosh.
a 200 plus for doing this of hair
Yeah,
that's in place. I'm like,
that's in place. Yeah,
"Wow."
the whole time, all you see is a clock. 12
But you
o'clock,
know
6
what?
o'clock,
That
9
that
o'clock.
that goes to show that pain points, that's when millionaires are made.
Mhm,
If you hit a pain point where these girls going natural, they're like, "Ah, I don't look pretty. I don't feel no, I don't look pretty. I don't feel pretty. I don't feel
mhm.
kept. I feel undone. Help, help, help. I what
Yeah.
do I do?" Cuz even when I have clients, cuz I do all natural clients but not in their natural state, right? So
Mhm.
I work with all natural hair. But if I say to a client, your curls are actually really pretty. Oh no, I don't know what to do with those. They're terrified of
Right.
these curls. So if
And
you
don't
have
wanna wear wear them.
somebody, yeah, if you have somebody that's like, I got the answer. I'm the
Mhm.
master. I can give you shape, I can give you elongation, I can give you all the things where it's set into a curly style. They're like, how much?
Mhm.
How
Oh, yeah.
much?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
it 200? Is it 300? Is it 400?
They just pay with no problem. They don't question it. They don't question it.
Mhm. Yeah, that's right. Wow, well, God bless you because I never want to be a curly hair specialist.
Me
I
neither.
love every other thing about hair, but it's curly state.
But
Not
curly
the way
state.
it
Yep.
looks, but having to be the manager of it. I don't want a
Mhm.
whole clientele of curly hair people. God bless you though.
Mhm.
All right, Tweet. Well, this was fun.
Yes, yes.
Tell
I'm glad I was
everybody, you
able to
guys,
come back.
Tweet is amazing. If you go to her page, you're gonna see all of her work. Her colors, her extensions, her haircuts, her silk presses. Tell everybody, Tweet, where they can find more of you.
So I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. I see I'm on YouTube, and all of them are the same. Tweet the stylist.
Perfect. That's
They're
easy.
all
And
the
you guys,
same.
I love it. Easy. I mean, the easier the better, right? And
Right.
for all watching who support the show, thank you so much. I want to remind you, please hit that subscribe button. Please review. Also, tune in every Sunday. We have new guests, new topics every single Sunday. YouTube, Trendy W or Trendy underscore Kim Allison. wherever you listen to your podcast, Trendy with Kim Allison, in the Instagram and TikTok, Trendy W Kim Allison. All right. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.